is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Simone Raider back at it again with another episode of the Uce Nation podcast, episode 3, I believe so, with my Uce.
MrFitz, y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So as you guys can see, we're in a brand new studio right now.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to my boy Chris. You know, we're going to try to do more things like this, and hopefully this is going to be the home of the Uce Nation podcast. You know, like we told you guys before, we got a lot of plans this season, and this is just another step up from what we already envisioned from last season. But I do want to ask you, Uce, how have you been? How has the week been for you?
It's going pretty good. I mean, nothing really popped off besides a few little rumors I seen online. So I'm pretty sure we're going to discuss that. So, yeah, just another week.
Man. It is another week, and it's mostly a slow time and Raider news, at least in NFL news. It's like the period between free agency and the NFL draft. We're all working to get to that point.
Yep.
But on today's video, we're going to talk about, Josh Jacobs, the whole situation with that. We're also going to talk about some other players that we could potentially go out and get that's on the trade block right now. We'll talk a little bit of the draft and what we think about it. And at the end of all this, we're going to answer some questions that I got on the community post that I posted just last night and answer some of you guys' questions that you guys gave us. So again, getting back to my Uce, man. Since this is the first time we're in an official studio. Yeah. And I know
it feels good.
It does feel good. I don't have to set none of this up.
Yeah.
We just come in and we shoot. But since this is the first one, we did a first official, unofficial. We did one unofficial podcast show
last year
that we didn't really drop. I only posted the part where we talked about the whole schedule. We talked about our prediction and the schedule, which we're going to do this year once the schedule does drop, and we'll talk about all of that. But we didn't really drop anything. I mean, we talked a lot about a lot of things, and, I did want to talk about, how did you come to this point right now? I want to kind of interview my Uce, just a little bit. This is MrFitz right here, and how did you become a Raider fan? Like, out of all teams, how did you become a Raider fan?
I grew up in a Raider household, so my stepdad, my mom, my siblings, we were all Raider fans. So from a kid, it was nothing but Raiders, Lakers, USC, and that's how it started.
Yeah, and I'm surprised you didn't go to no other team.
Yeah,
but it's good, and
you gotta stay loyal. You know what I mean, with the family and all that.
Being a Raider fan, the loyalty just comes with it.
No, we
just us as fans, we just get hurt a lot.
Yeah, we do. Year after year after year.
Yeah. So when did you become like what? Like, do you remember what year?
It was like the 1999-2000 season. I think it was actually that Super Bowl. The first Super Bowl I watched was Kurt Warner.
Oh,
that was the actual first Super Bowl. But by that time, like I said, I was already a Raider fan. Grew up in the household. That was the first Super Bowl I watched. And then going in, what was it, 2003? Yeah. Then we went to the Super Bowl, and I was stoked. And then ever since then, no Super Bowl.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, because you at least got to watch a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
we
had that year after that we got Warren Sapp.
Everything just started going downhill. Yeah, I became a fan in 2003, so it's 20 years now. And I didn't really know much about football. I didn't really know much about any teams out there. Yeah. I've said this before on my videos, on my YouTube videos before this. I almost became a Bronco fan.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me.
I did. I told you that. Yeah. I almost became a Bronco fan because the first time I threw on the NFL or I put on football, I seen the Broncos on TV, and the first throw was a touchdown, and I thought like, damn, they're a good ass team, And then the next week, I seen some silver and black team come out there. I was like, who the fuck is that? Yeah. and since then, I've been with the Raiders. I've been attached to them, and I've been getting disappointed year after year.
For the last 20, 30 years.
And I didn't even know they went to the Super Bowl in 2003. Like it was like the 2003-2004 season. So that's when I started becoming a Raider fan, and I never got to witness the whole, rise with John Gruden, Rich Gannon, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice. But you got to see that.
I got to see a lot of that, man.
And you got to see the heartbreak as well in that Super Bowl.
I'll never forget that. And my uncles, everybody in the household was pissed off.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how I would be. I mean, I would be so happy to be. I
was so young, I didn't really trip out. I was just like, oh, maybe next year. And I've been saying that ever since.
And next year never came.
Yeah. Still, it's next year.
Next year. It's always next year.
Yeah.
As Raider fans, it's always next year. And I mean, next year we're gonna get it.
Yeah, hopefully.
So all that. I know you growing up a Raider fan. I grew up a Raider fan. You had a lot of family, but how did you get into the social media game? Obviously, you're big on TikTok.
Yeah.
A lot of people know you. I mean, a lot of people recognize you when we go to the games. So how did the whole TikTok thing start?
About 2 years ago, I started doing dark humor videos, and that's how my following started. So with my dark humor videos. I think the first viral one was 5.5 million views, which was the Jehovah's Witness video.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one.
So, and then I was tripping out. So then, I posted it, I'd say about 10 o'clock at nighttime. Next morning I woke up, I had like 250-something thousand notifications.
Sheesh.
So I was tripping out. I was actually sitting on the shitter when I opened the phone up and I'm looking, I'm like, babe, hey, I went viral. But, after that, I decided, you know what? Let me keep at it.
Yeah.
And then I think 2 weeks later, I had another video went super viral.
Yeah.
And I just kept at it ever since.
And I know you was probably over there like refreshing that shit. See your followers go up. Because you know why? Because my wife kind of went viral. Not as big as you, but she went viral, got like 200,000 views on like her first video that we did together. And all she did was keep like refreshing, like, oh my gosh, it's going up.
Yeah.
But for you, I know it was much bigger. It was a much bigger.
The first month, I think I hit 15,000 followers.
Yeah.
And then, as the videos kept going viral, I did some of the biggest trends on TikTok, like, for instance, the survival with the whole gun thing. You won't find a video before mine. So my video, when I first did it, next morning, woke up, same scenario. I ended up having like 3 million views.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I started seeing all these content creators taking my videos and redoing it.
Yeah. But when they were doing that, was that before the Detroit Urban Survival?
So I used it was another viral guy on there that was showing how to do defensive shit. Oh, okay. And I always when I would see those videos, I was like, this is fucking stupid. You guys are gonna get somebody killed.
Yeah.
So I decided, to make fun of that shit. And then little did I know that would become one of the biggest fucking trends in the world.
For real. And you did it without Detroit Urban Survival training,
There was some guys that were giving me credit that had millions of followers. So if you go I believe his name's Kanish on TikTok.
Okay.
But he's a big influencer on there. He actually gave me credit. There was a couple other big accounts that did, but just to see everybody in the fucking U.S. and around the world start doing it was a fucking trip.
And then how did you get into the Raider stuff?
It was me and my brother-in-laws, and we like talking shit. So we got Niners in the family, Cowboys, and my brother-in-law that's a Cowboy fan. I cracked a joke on him one day. It was I don't want to put him on blast and get all upset, but I cracked a joke on him, and my other brother-in-law was like, "Hey, bro, why don't you start doing backyard smack talk?"
Yeah.
Like we are doing right now. And I was like, you know what? That'd be a good fucking idea. So next thing you know, I did the how Niner fans fight, Raider fans fight, and Cowboys twerking. You know what I mean?
I think the first one I seen of yours was the how they catch the football. Or I forgot what team it was.
Yeah.
But how they catch the football. And then
I think it was Cowboys, too.
I think it was. But I seen another video like that before. I don't know whether it was you that started it or whatnot, but some dudes like how Raider fans pick up keys and leave, and he picked up the keys.
I seen that video, but I started, okay, so I don't know any other content creator that was doing, clowning around with gay skits. Like I started that shit. There was only one guy that started around the same time. I forget his name. But it wasn't like he was stepping over lines. I was.
Yeah, so I seen that one, and I think when like the Niner fan picks up keys, and then he turns over, kind of does what you did, but then it picks it up.
I saw other people taking my ideas and just switching the teams.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is. At least I know I'm influencing other people.
Oh yeah, I know, and now you got a broader audience now.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't need to talk about me. I just do YouTube stuff. Obviously, we came together. We started the Uce Nation podcast.
Yeah.
And now, hey, you guys know MrFitz and his backstory and whatnot. And I just wanted to get just a little bit of that because we didn't really get to put that on air just yet. Yeah. But now y'all know a little bit about him, and y'all already know a little bit about me. But before we do get started about the topics that we're going to talk about, I do want to give a huge shout out to one of the sponsors that have been good to us for a very, very long time, and that is Woodson Bourbon Whiskey, man. If you guys haven't already, go grab yourself a Woodson Bourbon Whiskey at woodsonwhiskey.com. And if it isn't your game day whiskey, it is now.
Yeah. And if you don't drink it, you're Just kidding. Don't cancel me.
But for real. Nah, but definitely, man, we got a lot of things in store. We got a lot of things planned up. And I also want to let you guys know about the draft watch party that we're going to do live. The Uce Nation podcast. We're going to go live for the very first round of the draft this season. I think it's April, 27th?
27th. It's a Thursday.
April 27th, round 1. We're going to go live 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because I think the draft is at 5 p.m. And we're just going to talk about the whole draft, talk about Raiders. We're going to have a lot of guests that's going to come on as well that we plan to have on. And
some of them you guys know, so stay tuned.
A lot of content creators that you guys know, not only Raider fans, but just, other fans as well. Because, the Uce Nation, we show love to everybody. Even though we don't fuck with 18s, we fuck with the people. Yeah. And we got a lot of love for everybody out there. So if you guys are not doing anything and you guys want to come through, man, come through. We also have a lot of giveaways that we're going to be giving away. Sponsored by Woodson Bourbon Whiskey. And also we got some jersey giveaways from my Uce, MrFitz as well. And yeah, I think that's about it. More details, I'll let you guys know about that.
I believe we'll have a flyer out here this next week. So
yeah, and this next week we'll have a flyer about this. It's just a watch party that we're gonna do out here live in Las Vegas.
Hey, if you're in the area and want to stop by, though, you're more than welcome to.
Just let us know or DM us for more information on that. So with that being said, let's talk about some news that's going around in the NFL right now. Just dive in deep with that. I know we're going to talk about our Raiders stuff, but there's been a lot of big moves that happened this past week.
Yeah.
One of those moves, Odell Beckham Jr. signs with the Baltimore Ravens. I thought he could have been a Raider, I mean, he signs over there for a 1-year deal worth up to $18 million.
Yeah, they got ripped off.
That's a lot of money for OBJ coming off of an injury, man. But, hey, he had a whole year off, and, I mean, the thing is, do you think Lamar Jackson is even going to stay in Baltimore?
I don't know. I mean, that's a tough question. But, I mean, Odell Beckham, in my opinion, that ain't shit. You might as well sign fucking Henry Ruggs or somebody. It makes no difference. He's still in the same fucking situation.
What situation is that?
A shitty situation.
I mean, I don't know about Henry Ruggs, man. He could have been a great wide receiver, but I'm not gonna get too much into that, man.
Yeah.
But that does suck that Henry Ruggs didn't really work out for us. But as far as OBJ going to the Ravens, I know the Ravens are really hyped up about that. They got Rashad Bateman over there. I mean, at the end of the day, if Tyler Huntley ends up being his quarterback, they lost.
Yeah,
they lost
they're screwed.
And they're paying all these other guys who haven't paid their quarterback yet.
I mean,
man.
Odell Beckham, $18 million, I feel like they really got ripped off.
Well, it's $15 million.
Or $18 million, right?
Well, it's 18 with incentives. So it's like $15 million deal.
That's still a lot.
He has to get 60 catches this season to get $1 million, 1,000 yards to get another $1 million, and then 9 touchdowns to get another $1 million. That's $3 million. So it's $15 million.
So
$3 million.
They made it hard for him to get that extra $3 million.
He's probably not even gonna get that far in a season, but
still, that's too much for him. He's he's getting a little older. He's injury prone, like seriously injury prone.
Yeah.
When he gets injured, he's out for the rest of the season type injury. So, yeah, I feel like they got ripped off 100%.
Well, would you have wanted him on the Raiders for that?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Fuck out of here with him.
Damn. Devontae Adams. DeAndre Hopkins, OBJ. No.
I'm cool with the receivers we got right now.
I know. So we know that. So okay, moving on from that, Aaron, man. A lot of shit's been going on with Aaron.
Yeah.
We all thought that we could have gotten him as a quarterback in. I was down for it, but the price that, they were asking for the Green Bay, and then even with the uncertainty.
Well, I heard right now it's a first-round pick that they're wanting.
And it's not anymore.
No?
Not with what just came out. I just seen this early this morning per Charles Robinson. Aaron Rodgers is saying that I went into the darkness 90% retiring, and that has scared the Jets owner, Woody Johnson, away from spending high capital on him. The Packers and Jets had a deal in place before Rodgers' comments, but now the Jets want to add conditions for if Rodgers retires. The Packers are willing to give something, but not enough. And then there was also another report that the Packers are reportedly wanting a 2023 second-round pick now and a guaranteed 2024 first-round in return from the New York Jets for Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, they're still asking for a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And Aaron Rodgers is like, I look you want to retire now, And that was one thing that as Raider fans, if we wanted to bring him on, that was something we didn't know if he was gonna come and play or if he was gonna go into retirement, and that fucks up the whole situation. You know, the Jets are building a team right now around the quarterback. They want to go and win. They didn't get Derek Carr. He went to New Orleans, and now with this whole situation with Ron possibly retiring, it's a shitty situation for the New York Jets.
Yeah, I also seen rumors of him possibly going to the Niners.
I mean, it's still out there. I don't think. I don't know if that will happen.
Yeah, I hope not.
You know what? Anything can happen. A lot of crazier things have happened, and I know they have an agreement with the Jets, but he can always back out and say, "Hey, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the Niners."
I think he should just retire if he's not all the way there. I mean, he's doing too many shrooms and all those, the weird shit he's been on lately.
He's in the darkness by himself. A lot of things can happen in there, man. It's a shitty situation, but at least we got our quarterback. You know, I mean, for now, whether or not a lot of Raider fans wanted him on the roster, we got a quarterback now that's not going to be worrying about retirement. You know, at least for right now.
At least for the next 3 years.
For the next 3 years, or unless we get a rookie quarterback this year. You know?
Yeah, we don't. We're stuck with him. We might as well deal with him.
True. And other than that, let's move on to some Raider news. You know, Josh Jacobs has been the biggest topic, at least for the past 24 hours. I talked about this in my latest video on YouTube. If you guys haven't already, go subscribe to Saquon Raider. But Josh Jacobs has yet to sign the franchise tag and could possibly miss the offseason programs. What do you think about that?
They should have gave him his fucking bag. He deserved it with the season he had. He had a great season this past season. They should have gave him the bag, so I won't complain if he doesn't sign that tag.
Damn, it'll suck to see him on a different team. At least at this point of his career. I know for a lot of fans, they were like really worried about or really sad about Derek Carr going to another team, wearing another jersey. But for me right now, Josh Jacobs, this is a guy that both of us were talking about last offseason. Yeah. And we were saying, Josh, everybody's kind of doubting Josh Jacobs right now.
We knew it. Yeah,
even in fantasy, when we were talking fantasy, it's like...
He was like our, 5th, 6th, 7th round pick if he was available.
Well, yeah.
And a lot of leagues, he was available.
No, in a lot of leagues, other than the Raider League, because everybody took him in the first round.
Shit, the punter went in the first round. I know. I was like, what the fuck is this?
But for reals, though, I mean, Josh Jacobs was a guy that, was iffy last year. And I talked about this in my video was, I don't think the new regime really thought that that Josh Jacobs was going to go out there and do what he did last season. Had the best season he's ever had. Yeah. And think about it, last year in the beginning, I think the first 3 games, they didn't even utilize him.
Yeah, I think it wasn't until Kansas City?
No. It was the Broncos game.
Remember that Broncos game?
Yeah, that Broncos game when, oh man.
Yeah, that was
we were there. Game. We were there at the Champions Club, and he had, I think, about 2 or 3 touchdowns in that game. But
he went off. He went off.
That dude started eating, and oh my gosh, that was just a great game overall. And from there on, he went out there and just
balled out.
He put this team on his back.
There was some games like, what was it, the Seattle game, where he won us the games.
He won us the game.
Yeah, I mean, what was that, 80-plus yards on the last minute touchdown?
Like 80, 90 yards, yeah. In overtime. Oh, my goodness. That was the very first time I seen Josh Jacobs break off for a touchdown like that. And you don't really see that a lot. And Josh
Not nowadays.
Well, no, with Josh Jacobs. He doesn't have that runaway speed. But, in that game, man, when he got past the second level, this dude was gone. Yeah. And from that point on, I was like, yo, man, we need to pay this guy already, man. And especially now that we shipped off Darren Waller. Yep. We let go of Derek Carr. And who knows about the future with Hunter Renfrow.
I know.
We should have some money.
We should keep Josh Jacobs. Pay that motherfucker. Figure it out.
Pay that man.
I mean, we still have a lot of money available, right? I believe so. A little bit. Give him all you can.
I see now we didn't really have that much money left from some reports out there. Yeah. So I don't really know the numbers right now.
Shit, we have $7 million. Give that man $7. Give him something to make him happy.
Give him unlimited tickle time.
Oh hell, that's Niners. That's Niners right there.
I was just joking. Oh yeah, that is Niners. But I mean, there's a lot of things that could go into this. I know, we have a young running back right now, Zamir White. That
I like him, Zeus.
I think that they're hoping for him to take the reins, And maybe, what do you feel about this? Because there's a lot of people that are iffy about paying a running back that much money because running back is a position that you can always replace in the NFL.
I believe Josh Jacobs is going to be great for the next few years.
Damn.
I honestly do. I mean, I called it last season. We talked about it. He was one of my sleepers in fantasy. I mean, I saw him balling out last season, and I see him continuing for at least the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. You look at that, and obviously our quarterback now, Jimmy G, thrives off of a great running game, on top of a great defense as well. But the running game helps him out a lot on the offensive side of the ball. And with Josh Jacobs, I don't know how many running backs could go out there and run behind that offensive line that we had last year. I'm not saying that was bad, but in that offense, which running back could go out there and do the same thing he did? You know, he was the NFL rushing leader. You know, Josh Jacobs really had a great year last year.
But I mean, if you remember him back in college, they always, you know, his college team was Alabama, right?
Yeah.
They always had a great offense. So it was always him, the linebacker, outside linebacker, going at it. So that's why I figured with the offense we had last year, we had what? Devontae Adams, Renfro, fucking Waller. And, you know, I knew the defenses would be more worried about that, so it would give him that same opportunity that he had in college. So I knew, you know, he was going to be running all over everybody. So,
do you think that he could do the same thing now with this offense that we have right now, at least on paper, with what we have?
With what we have right now, yeah, I truly believe that he's still going to produce these next couple seasons.
And I agree with you.
So
I agree with you on that.
The way he be running through people, dropping that shoulder, I mean, you don't really see that much nowadays.
And you got to think about it. He was hurt.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season last year.
Playing through injuries.
So putting this team on his back, going out there and trying to win games, running through a motherfucking face, you know? Like beast
Drop
mode.
that shoulder, beast mode that shit.
I hope the Raiders could get something done with him, man. I've seen a lot of reports out there about doing a sign and trade with him. I don't think we should trade him.
No.
At all.
Yep.
But, you know, Josh Jacobs, I feel like is a priority on the list for us moving into next season.
Especially because hand off Jimmy? Yeah, he's known for handing off a lot, so what are we going to replace that with? Keep fucking Josh Jacobs. Yeah. Pay that man. Give him his bag. Just give him his bag.
One more question. Do you think that Zeus can step in that role if we didn't have Josh Jacobs and still be as effective?
I haven't really got to see him play that much.
True.
You know, I wouldn't bank on it.
Yeah.
But I do like what I've seen.
Yeah.
So maybe if they gave him a little more playing time this season and we see what he's, able to do,
especially
then I'll have a better answer for that.
No, definitely. So I mean, we both agree that, Josh Jacobs has to come back.
Yes.
With that being said, moving on to the next thing that we got talking about, something I talked about in my video as well, is Devin White. There's been a lot of reports going around that, Devin White is asking for a trade. And he's out
from
on
Bucks, right?
Yeah, the Bucks don't want to trade him, but he wants to be traded. And obviously with any big name out there, Raider fans are always going to say, Raiders, go get this guy, And Devin White is a big name. I know Jeff Okudah was one guy that was going around.
Who did he sign with? He signed with Atlanta?
Atlanta, bro. Yeah. They traded a 5th rounder for him. They were asking for a third rounder.
Steal.
They were asking for a 3rd rounder. Yeah. He ended up going to the Falcons for a 5th round pick, and now, Devin White's available.
I mean, he is a great player. If we can get him for the right price, I mean, I'd take him, but that's up to the office. I mean, it looks like they're not really, the moves they made so far is what they've done so far. I don't see them, even though I want them, I don't see them going after him.
Yeah, if only he played for the Patriots, then he would have been Raiders.
Yeah, right?
If only he played for the Patriots. Getting back to real quick, I know I'm kind of sidetracking. Getting back to the Josh Jacobs thing and a franchise thing, just today. So I mean, I don't know. It was a couple hours ago, or maybe earlier. Or yesterday, I don't know. But Saquon Barkley is another running back that hasn't signed his franchise tag.
Oh, yeah.
Well.
I believe even Tony from Cowboys, he hasn't signed his either.
So there's a lot of these running backs, they're pounding the table for getting the money that they feel like they're worth or that they deserve. And it sucks for them because, like I said before, running back is a market that you can always go out and replace with another guy out there. For a lot of these teams, these are guys that have been staples on their offense. Derrick Henry had to deal with this a couple of years ago. They re-signed him, and now they're possibly thinking about trading him away because they don't really need him anymore. And then Saquon Barkley, who just had a breakout year, somebody I drafted on accident who helped me win, the league. He's another guy in Josh Jacobs' boat who was coming into the season that really didn't have a lot of expectations, but now he's one in the bag. They got Darren Waller over there. They paid Daniel Jones over there, and I don't know what's in store for them. I'm pretty sure he's going to return to the team. I feel like Josh Jacobs will as well, but it's crazy to see that a lot of these running backs are
not getting what they deserve.
Yeah, they're getting placed on the franchise tag. So that's definitely something to look out for moving forward. Moving on, I asked the nation to give us some questions. You know, this is the first time we're going to be in the studio right now, this nice ass studio, talking and whatnot. Shout out to Vegas Content Studio. But I asked the nation, hey, ask us a couple of questions. We could talk about this and whatnot, and we'll talk about it in the show. So I grabbed a couple of them, about like 10 of them to talk about. So I'm going to ask you, and we'll talk about it. Shout out to the nation out there. Shout out to the Uce Nation. The first one comes from Enzo the Ghost. He says, can y'all start making the podcast longer? I feel like 40 minutes went by too fast.
Y'all, thank you. Thank you.
Y'all chemistry is too good. Longer podcast equals more YouTube shorts. And hey, I gotta agree with you. I mean, you know, that was the first one that we did like together in person, and
we're still getting used to all this. I mean, now we got a home base for the most part. So, you know, as we continue down this road, you know, you'll get a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, we put out a couple of YouTube shorts out there. You know, I mean, not shorts, but we put out a lot of reels, and we even made a TikTok. Man, shout out to the Uce Fitz.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on it tough. So stay tuned for the videos on TikTok. I mean, I'm doing pretty good on TikTok, so I feel like, you know, it'll boost the page.
Well, where can they find us?
Uce Nation Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube coming soon, right? You're going to handle that part,
yes, sir.
So, yeah, stay tuned.
So we're trying to put our creative minds together and trying to build this brand even more, because we got a lot of plans, like we said before. So definitely,
And again, we're bringing the culture in this. I mean, a lot of people love the Usos, the island style, you know, stuff we're into. So, you know, we're bringing that island culture into the Raider Nation community. So
and you know us and our people, you know, we fuck with everybody, man. No matter what color, no matter what race,
even if you're a gay ass Niner fan. Just kidding.
Everybody, man. Like we said, man, we fuck with everybody, and we're definitely gonna do a lot more. 40 minutes was just a start. That was kind of long for us, you know.
Yeah, it was.
So hey, right now trust me, the content's gonna only get longer. Pause. But yeah, shout out to Enzo for that. Afghasi Raider, man. Have you heard of him?
Oh yeah, I think I follow him on IG.
Yeah, shout out to my Uce Afghasi Raider, man. He says, who on our current pre-draft roster do you think will start playing outside corner? Now, these are the cornerbacks that we have on the roster right now. And you tell me two that you feel like is gonna be starting outside, and I'll give you two. So we have Sam Webb, Duke Shelley, Amik Robertson, David Long, Nate Hobbs, Tyler Hall, Brandon Faison, Bryce Crosby, and Ike Brown.
I mean, Nate Hobbs is a beast, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Nate Hobbs. Duke Shelley is up there, you know what I mean? But we got to see how he comes in and gets a hold of the system. But for now, I'm going to go with Nate Hobbs.
Yeah. I agree with you, because Nate Hobbs is definitely one of those guys, and then I have Sam Webb. Sam Webb was a guy.
That's why I was thinking between him and Duke Shelley, but
Shelley's he's gonna fight his way on.
He got to figure out the system. We got to see how he does in the system first.
Yeah, but definitely Sam Webb is another guy that started coming along later last season. Yeah. So I think that they'd be solid with those two guys. Not saying that those are going to be the guys that are going to go into week one, because obviously we have the whole NFL draft and a lot of cuts that are going to be made before the season starts. But as far as right now, since the Uce is asking, I guess we're agreeing on Nate Hobbs and Sam Webb, with Duke Shelley possibly making the starting spot. So another one is Sergio Burgos. I hope I said your name right, but he said, would you trade up to 3 to get Jalen Carter? This is with C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young being off the board already. And if so, how much are you giving up?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I mean, if he's available at 7, I'll take him at 7, but I'm not trading up. We need all the fucking picks we can get.
For me, I would trade up for a quarterback, though. I wouldn't trade up for Jalen Carter, because I feel like he can fall. And if he's not there at 7, then there's always another player there, another defensive player that we can get at number 7. But if C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young is off the board, and if we're able to trade up to number 3, I'd rather go out and get Anthony Richardson. I know how you feel about quarterbacks and that whole thing, but you know, I want to get the guy for the future, and that's just me. You know, Damian Santini asked a question that, you know, obviously we answered last time, but I don't think he really watched the whole podcast. He said, still would like to know where you guys get your hats.
The Uso Canoe, Dark Side Clothing. You can find them on TikTok, Instagram, all over social media. So Dark Side Clothing.
Exactly. And I mean, you see the Usos hat and you see my hat. I'm actually rocking Dark Side as well. He got a whole variety of Raider gear.
He's also got a new hat dropping, I believe, in the next week or two, and it's pretty dope.
I mean, he's always dropping hands.
Yeah.
So if you guys trying to find what we got on right now, go to Dark Side Clothing brand on Instagram. I also be rocking the Nation. It's the Nation with the 1 as an I, and also got to give a shout out to the Redemption brand as well, man. There's a lot of great gear out there, like we said before.
Support the Usos.
Support the Usos out there, man.
All the clothing brands. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. Like RN for Lifer, the Only Nation. There's so many clothing brands out there that have nice, good quality drip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So tap in with the Nation.
Yeah, and we're always going to be rocking it on this show. 24 Graphics, he says, top corner on the board, Gonzalez or Witherspoon. So if you had to choose at 7.
Man, that's a tough one. Because remember, the first time we talked about this, I was for Witherspoon. Then you mentioned Gonzalez, go check him out a little bit. So I did, and I like him. So if I had to choose, I would go with, I'm thinking Witherspoon. Just that hunger, that wanted type vibe I get from him. I feel like he's gonna pan out in the NFL.
I mean, he's a big cornerback too.
Yeah.
If we went in that direction, I wouldn't mind. Yeah. But I've been pounding the table for Christian Gonzalez. If anything, if we're not getting a quarterback, if we're not getting a defensive tackle or anything, the top, or if we're not gonna get a quarterback, and if we're not gonna get Jalen Carter at 7, Gonzalez has always been my guy up there. He's the number 1 cornerback on my list, and I feel like he has that all-star potential that he could bring over here to Las Vegas. I mean, we've been missing a lot in the secondary. Damon Arnett, Garyon Conley, even getting Trayvon Mullen a couple of years ago in the second round. He looked pretty solid, but he didn't pan out for us. We cut his ass last year. A lot of moves. We just haven't found the guy. We haven't found the Charles Woodson type cornerback for a very, very long time. So hopefully
it happens this year.
Yeah, hopefully if we go into that direction, if Gonzalez is that pick, or even Witherspoon, I hope one of those guys could pan out for us and be the next Charles Woodson. I'm not expecting him to be out there being a Hall of Famer right out the gate, but at least be a guy that could come in and contribute on the defensive side.
That'd be awesome to come out right out the gate balling. When was the last time we saw that?
Khalil Mack.
Right?
Khalil Mack, yeah.
You're right on that one.
Let me ask you that then. If Khalil Mack gets cut like a lot of people think
I would take him back.
You would take him back?
Yeah, I would.
I would love to have him in the silver and black, man.
Him, Crosby, Chandler Jones, man. I mean, last year he did look good on the Chargers. I mean, there's no hesitation. I'd take him right back.
Yeah, he was okay. He wasn't really. He looked good against us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. Right.
he whipped our ass. Yeah. In week 1 last year, man. And I would love to have him back in the silver and black. I don't know what the cost would be, but if he's available out there, bring him home, man. Bring him home. Let him play here in Las Vegas. He hasn't got to play here in the silver and black under the bright lights. He got to play in that, that baseball field.
Yep.
But hey, I would love to bring him back if he's available. But moving on from that, Georgie asks, why do people / Raider fans think adding a quarterback will or can make us win games when the defense is definitely the problem?
We know how I'm
feel.
all about building this defense.
Yeah.
Fuck wasting the picks on offense this draft. Use all the fucking picks for a fucking defense.
Yeah, I mean, Georgie.
That's just my opinion, though.
Georgie, this guy agrees with you too,
yeah.
And I see where you're coming with. I see where you're coming from with this question. But for me and all the other fans that want to get a quarterback, it's not about the now; it's about the future. And we're in a position right now where we can go and get a quarterback. There's 4 guys that's on the board. Obviously the top 2 are Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud, with Anthony Richardson sprinkled in there, and even Will Levis. We're not getting guys to come in right now to play. We're getting guys to at least learn the system, because we know this is a complicated system under Josh McDaniels. So you bring them in, let them learn under Jimmy G, Brian Hoyer, and then when the time is right, you go and unload them like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
he got drafted in the first round for the Chiefs. They didn't need to go get a quarterback. They had Alex Smith, who was doing just fine. He wasn't killing the game. He wasn't doing shitty, but he was doing enough for the Chiefs to win games. I'm expecting that from Jimmy G. He's not going to be great. He's not going to be the worst, but he's going to do enough for us to win games. And if you could bring in an explosive player that can come in and just develop, the sky's the limit for the Raiders offense. Now, I know that a lot of people say, why not next year? Let's go next year. Let's go get a guy in that draft. There's a lot of great quarterbacks there. I don't want to wait until next year, and we'll have to tank to get one of those top guys, or we'll have to trade up to get one of those guys. Right now, we had a shitty year last year. We got the assets right now. We got 12 picks, and I told you this before. yes, we need defense, and we got a lot of picks. We got 11 other picks. If we trade up, then we'll probably still have like 10, maybe 8 picks to go in and address the defense side of the ball. So that's why a lot of us Raider fans are okay with getting quarterback. But, that's like I said before, this is a great rule of debate, with me and Fitz. He wants to go defense, which is...
I want to go defense, defense, offensive line, defense.
He just wants all defense. But, you can't go wrong with going all defense, but you can't go wrong.
Could you imagine that? We go all defense, and then out of 12 picks, we end up getting 8 superstars? That'd be fucking amazing. To make up for the last, 10 years.
Remember, your team is the Raiders.
Yeah, I know.
You're expecting too much out of them.
Wishful thinking.
That is right. But you look at the Seahawks, man. They're a team that a lot of people thought they were going to be shitty last year after Russell Wilson.
Yeah. And I called that shit. I said Russell Wilson was going to be shit at Denver. Everybody was expecting that Peyton Manning scenario. Oh, he's coming. We're going to win a Super Bowl. Eat shit. Y'all lost.
Now they got Sean Payne. Who knows what's going to happen?
Same shit. They're going to suck.
I hope so. But talking about the Seahawks, though, with what they had, the picks that they had last year, man, most of the picks that they got on the defense side of the ball, ballers, bro.
Yeah.
Ballers. I think they're 2 starting they got a lot of cornerbacks right now on their roster. They got Tariq Woolen.
Yeah.
And then they had Kobe Bryant. Then you go get Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson and Kobe Bryant playing together.
Right.
When would you see that? They're probably up there, but yeah, there's a lot of teams that have done that. Drafted a lot of defensive players that go out there and are great players. And I hope we do that, man.
We got 12 picks, so what's the worst that could happen? Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's knock on wood. They could all be shitty.
Yeah.
But like I said, I want a quarterback. You want a defensive player, first round. There's nothing wrong with both of those picks. No matter what anybody says, the nation's going to be 50-50 on that.
Yeah.
We finally moved on from Derek Carr. I don't hate the
We're
man.
We're 3 years late, though.
We could have got a lot for Derek Carr. That's the crazy thing. And I know a lot of people were saying, it's not Derek Carr's fault. It's not Derek Carr's fault.
I agree on both sides. He was great. A great person, a great individual. Yeah. But, you couldn't count on him for shit when he had 1 minute on the clock and we're down by 3. He'd throw in a fucking interception, losing the ball, something. And ever since, he stopped really fighting for those first downs and those game-winning touchdowns. I was done with him.
Like you said, he is a great person, but that can only take you so far. Yeah. But I'm kind of
pray on the field.
I disagree with you to a certain extent. Derek Carr has had his clutch moments. He's been one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the NFL. Not all the time that he came through, but most times he would come through. And he was the first quarterback that I've seen in a Raiders uniform that when it was coming down to the clock, I could kind of count on him.
Yeah, but lately, maybe 6 years ago.
It was a couple of years ago, but I would say these past 2 seasons, it started rubbing off just a bit, and he hasn't been the same guy, There
was a few times this season where I saw the old him spark, What was it? What game was that when he ran? I think it was the Bronco game.
The Bronco game, yeah.
Where he ran, 20, 30 yards?
20 yards, yeah.
Something like that. So, there was a few times this season I saw that spark, but...
And that's the thing, we only see spurts of him.
Yeah. That's not consistent no more.
And I don't mean to, down Derek Carr.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like we could have got a lot more for him if we were to trade him a
2
lot
seasons
sooner.
Ago.
But, John Gruden had cold feet on that whole situation. But it is what it is. We got a new quarterback now, and we just got to move forward with it. And hopefully we could draft the quarterback of the future. Yeah. And that's what I'm banking on. Getting the quarterback of the future. And if it's not in the first round, if we do go defense, Hendon Hooker has been another name. Not only does he have a great last name to come to Las Vegas?
Hooker.
Jimmy G and a Hooker, bro, both playing quarterback for us, that would be perfect for us. But Hendon Hooker's another guy. He's coming off of injury, and that's why his draft stock fell so far. And that's a guy that we could possibly get 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. I don't know how far he's going to drop, but he's another guy that a lot of Raiders fans have been wanting to get. And I'm down for that as well. He's a guy that doesn't have to come in and play right away, but can also learn the system. So whether if it's him or one of the top quarterbacks, I'm open for a quarterback, man. And I would love to bring another quarterback here in the silver and black. I mean, what do you think about Hendon Hooker? Do you know more?
Yeah, he played what for Texas?
Tennessee,
I'm sorry, the orange one. But
the orange one.
Yeah.
He played for
Well, I seen a little, I looked up his highlights. I mean, he looked good. But then again, fuck that defense.
This guy just wants all defense, huh?
Defense. Then maybe an O-line.
If we go all defense, we better be a top 15 defense.
Yes, bro. That's what I want.
I mean, we all want that. But we don't always get what we want, Especially as Raider fans.
I know. We've been let down for the last several years, so it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Joka CTV. He asked, or he wanted to bring this up. The Jimmy G comparison to Jim Plunkett. That would be a cool fan topic. Do you know that whole comparison?
So Patriots to the Niners, Niners to the Raiders, won a Super Bowl.
So yeah, looking at the whole thing, Jim Plunkett and Jimmy G, they obviously have careers that mirror each other. Obviously, like you said, man, they started by being drafted by the Patriots.
Yep.
They moved over to the Niners. They both, had a lot of concerns with their game and whatnot. And then they came to the Raiders as free agents. Obviously, Jim Plunkett won 2 rings. Jimmy G has 2 rings. But let's hope that he could get 2 rings with the Raiders,
I mean, you know where I stand with him. It's a dope scenario. I hope it happens, but we'll see.
I just hope we get into the playoffs this season.
That's all I want. If we get into the playoffs, I'll be happy with Jimmy G.
I think we will.
We'll see.
You got to bring that optimistic fan out again.
Man. Maybe if we got somebody else's quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of quarterback, bro, there's a lot of rumors going around about Trey Lance being on the trade block.
I did see that, but I mean...
Well, would you trade for Trey Lance?
Fuck no. That guy sucks too.
You think so?
I do not like him. I mean, even when before his injury, when he was starting and all that shit here and there, I did not like him.
He was my favorite quarterback coming out of that draft. The draft that he came out of. And I know right now, we haven't seen that potential yet. The Niners, they got everything around the quarterback, but he didn't really look that good. I mean, Brock Purdy looked better in that offense.
Yeah. I feel like the Niners should stick with Brock Purdy. That's their QB.
Yeah, but
Trey Lance, I don't know. Trade him to the fucking not Dolphins. Trade him to somebody that needs a quarterback. Fuck that.
Brock Purdy, I don't know if he's going to be back by next season with that injury that he has. So, I mean, Trey Lance is still there.
Yeah, but
did you see that picture of Trey Lance
with his hair? I told my wife, "Hey, look at your quarterback. Look at your second string. You look like shit."
he's fighting to get on the field and fighting to get that hairline back.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Snowballed, Miles. He got the Trey Young effect. But I mean, I don't think that we should trade for. I don't think we should trade for Trey Lance. But is he a quarterback that I would like to see in the silver and black? Of course. Everybody looks nice in silver and black.
Yeah.
Just put that headband on when you
just shave the shit off, bro.
Just shave it off, bro. Or just for man or something like that, I seen that and I was like, damn, they're trying to give all their quarterbacks away, And it sucks for the Niners. As much as we hate the Niners, they got a team that's built already.
Oh, yeah. They're one quarterback away from a Super Bowl, man.
One quarterback away.
I mean, that defense is fucking dope, bro.
If I were them, I would just say, fuck it. Go get Lamar Jackson. Spend everything.
Get everything,
I don't know what they got left after getting CMC, but go get a quarterback. I mean, if I was the Niners, obviously I don't give a fuck about them, but I'm just saying if I was in their shoes, that's what I would have done. They gave away their best quarterback, Jimmy G, so
shit.
Now we're going to get a Super Bowl.
Yeah, hopefully. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, yeah, the Niners, they look kind of scary for the future.
Well, not that scary, but...
Yeah, they're not that scary.
And speaking of the 49ers, we're going to have a joint practice with them coming up this preseason.
Yeah, I know
or it's reported that we will. And we're going to have a whole week of OTAs with them.
We got to be there for that.
We got to. Yeah. And we'll definitely try to get in there. We'll sneak our way in there.
Yeah.
Our big asses just
make some, media passes.
I'll Photoshop some media passes like, yeah. I was joking. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting because, Jimmy G's going to be practicing and even playing against his former team, against the Niners. And I feel like that's going to be something to really look out for. I want to see how that is. Yeah. It's great to see that we got a quarterback that has a little bit of swagger now in Las Vegas, Who knows if he's going to go out there and...
Hey, Jimmy G does fit the whole Sin City vibe.
Oh,
porn stars.
To a T, you know?
He feels at home. So hopefully, he proves me wrong and he balls out and he becomes the king of Las Vegas. That'd be a dope story.
Oh, I'm telling you.
So, but everybody
everybody doubted him, man. Everybody doubted Jim Plunkett. Everybody doubted Rich Gannon. Now we got another quarterback.
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, like I said in the last episode, this is the first time where I'm like, fuck, going into the season. But hopefully it's the other way around, and I'm happy at the end of the season.
Hey.
Hopefully I end with a happy ending. No, just kidding.
Hopefully you get a happy ending from Jimmy G.
No.
Hey, he's in a system that he knows. I'm all for it, man. I've been having fun with it. Hopefully he turns into Jimmy GQ, can go out there and give us a ring.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we need something, man. We need something to cheer for.
We get one ring right now, I'll be happy for the next 20 years.
Oh, man. I just want to see one ring before we die.
Yes.
Before I die.
Before I die.
Before we all die.
Shit.
Please, just one. One. Another question that we got is from Mighty Mo. I don't know if this is racist or not, but he says, "Are you related to Roman Reigns and the Usos?"
What the fuck?
Nah, we are related to them.
Yeah, that's our cousins.
Hey, put the ones up, man. Acknowledge your tribal chief, man. I'm a big wrestling fan. I know you're probably.
I stopped watching, a while back. I mean, but seeing the Bloodline and all that recently, I really want to get back into wrestling. You know what I mean?
Our people is on top right now.
So I feel. I'm gonna be back into wrestling here pretty soon, so
we gotta talk about. I know my boy Graff and all of them. That we do talk a little bit of wrestling, but that shit's lit, bro. Especially since Roman's been on top. So to answer your question, yeah, we're related to Roman Reigns. We're related to the Usos, The Rock, Rikishi, Marcus Mariota, Tua Tagovailoa, David Beckham. We're related to everybody. That's our cousins. We're all cousins. Everybody been asking me, are you really related to Marcus Mariota? What kind of question is that?
Yeah, we all come from the same island.
It's my cousin. It was just because
my cousins, dads, aunties, son.
Just because they don't text me back doesn't mean they're not my cousin.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, as far as that, like, I know WrestleMania was just a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And I seen Kenny went over there and whatnot.
Yeah, Kenny King was over there.
I really wanted to go in LA.
I know, I was out there. We both were, actually.
Oh, yeah, for the Dodger thing.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Pantone 294.
Yes, sir.
I went to my very first Dodger game. I don't know anything about baseball other than hitting the ball and 3 strikes and you're out,
Yeah.
And Dodger dogs. But I didn't know too much about baseball. Shout out to Alex and Pantone 294. We went to the home opener.
It was dope.
The home opener for the Dodgers versus I forgot the
Arizona
Diamondbacks.
Okay,
yeah. And we won. I mean, the Dodgers won. You guys won. Yeah. Have you been to any baseball games?
I've been to a few, and I've never been to a opening day game, and that was dope. The vibe was hype. The whole vibe was dope from the tailgate to the stadium.
Yeah.
It was quite an experience. So,
and I'm not gonna lie, being over there almost felt like we were on Raider Nation.
I know, man. A lot of Raider fans. I mean, a lot of Dodger fans recognized us.
Yeah, just a lot of Hispanics out there.
Yeah,
way more Hispanics than Raider fans because we're a little bit diverse. But it definitely did feel like we were a bunch around a lot of Raider fans out there. Yeah. So I mean, we
saw what's her name out there, the Raider Bake Lady. I forget her username.
It's Baker Raiderette.
Baker Raiderette. There we go. She's hella cool. Her and Kukui.
Yeah, Kukui.
Shout out them.
Yeah. I mean, we got to see them over there and even some other people that we knew. So, I mean, we got a little ties to the Dodgers now, man. I don't know how good they are or not, but...
I mean, we're always good, so...
So are you officially a Dodger fan now?
I'm going to start getting back into baseball.
Yeah.
So, for me, I am a Dodger fan.
I'm just waiting for a team to come in Vegas, and then that's going to be my team.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
No?
No. I mean, just like Golden Knights when they first started out here, but I was always a Ducks fan.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not gonna
since the Mighty Ducks.
Yes, one of the greatest kids show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I fuck with Mighty Ducks, bro. That's crazy. Since I moved here, I'm a Vegas native, bro. Hold up the LB, the 702.
No.
The 9th Island, yo. I'm brand new, so what can you say? Wait for the basketball team to come over here too.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be a Laker fan. You know what I mean?
Y'all barely got into the.
Hey, at least
playoffs.
we made it to the playoffs. That last night, what was it? 2 nights ago? Was it last night?
Two nights ago, yeah.
That was a great game.
It was crazy. Yeah. Against the Timberwolves?
Yeah. I don't care if Vegas gets a basketball team. If they do. Oh, I think they are, actually.
We are.
So I'll be there in my Laker gear.
Dang, it was...
greatest team in the world. I was very lucky, growing up, this is a little off subject, but I got to watch Kobe and Shaq. You know what I mean? I got to see that whole era with Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Parker. I mean, from the Sacramento Kings with, what's that, Douglas? And,
I don't know.
All those. I mean, that era for me at least was way more better than this era.
You think so?
Way, because the whole starting five on most teams were badass starting five. You know what I mean?
My favorite team was you forgot to mention
Houston Rockets.
Houston Rockets. Yes. Come on, now.
Even with you guys back in the day, you guys had Yao Ming,
Grady. Come on,
Steve Francis for a little bit.
Yeah, you know bro. We had Tracy McGrady could have been
that era of teams is. That's a whole nother topic. You know
I know it's a whole nother topic for another day. But hey, you guys are in the playoffs, and we'll see how far the Lakers go, man. But as far as that, as far as Raider stuff, I did want to ask you one thing before I guess we get out of here. What is your favorite Raider memory that you had, or at least witnessed as a Raider fan?
It would have to be recently. Yeah. I really thought we were about to lose the game. Shout out to Jacoby Myers.
I
was there. Were you there for that game?
No,
I was there, bro. I was with Go Power Raider, the Eric Vasquez, one of the homies, and Autumn Wind, bro. We were watching it. I swear I felt like the game was over. Then we had that crazy catch. Well, the total on the the line, got us.
Oh yeah, Keelan Cole, yeah.
So that whole game was insane. That was one of my favorite memories as a Raider fan, and it was. I was at the stadium. I thought we were gonna lose. Next thing you know, Chandler Jones stiff arms fucking Daniel Jones and runs it in for a fucking touchdown, game winner.
I was so mad I didn't go to that game. I think Cody had tickets for me and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, but then I stayed home with the wife and she wasn't feeling too good. She was pregnant at the time, so I was like, I gotta stay home. Watch the game on TV, and the whole time I was like, I hope we lose, so I'll be mad in the stadium. Then, when I seen that, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
that was an epic game, bro.
Hey, that was, shout out to Jacoby Myers. Yeah. We got to get him on and then ask him all about that, man. But that,
was it scripted?
That wasn't scripted. Were you supposed to throw it? Because I know you got a lot of players around you. He was like,
I know. That was the dopest fucking game I've been to.
That was crazy. As far as me, going to games, my favorite memory as a fan going to games was the one we went to against the Chargers.
Oh yeah, that was a great one too.
I think that, man, everything riding on that game. If you guys don't know, it was the Charger game, Raider game, last game of the season, 2021.
Yep.
We had to win and we're in, or we tie and we in, but we wanted to whoop the Chargers' ass, So we win, we're in. And that whole game, man, just the drama, all the up and down.
Just Herbert going for those 4th and 20s, bro. And the crazy thing, that now that you brought this up, is there was a guy behind us. Yeah. Remember, we were in the front. Yeah. There was a guy behind us, maybe with, I want to say like 6 minutes left or 8 minutes left, something like that. He was like, we won this. It's game over.
Bro, I was saying that shit too.
Yeah, I didn't hear you say. I heard the guy behind me. I turned around. I looked at him. I was like, why the fuck would you say that? And then he starts throwing for these 4th and 20s, and I'm like, bro, if we lose, I'm going to fucking slap the shit out of you.
Bro, that was like everything about that game was so perfect, bro. Leading up to all the animosity going into that game and even watching the game, bro. Yep. And we got to go to the black hole, like at least, it's not the black hole, compared to Oakland, but we were up.
It's the Vegas black hole.
It's the Vegas black hole. The discount black hole. But we were in the very front row. Shout out to Lucky and his family. They let us walk up to the front row because we were in row 7, I think.
Row 6 or 7, and then they invited us.
Bring your big ass to the front. I was like, fuck yeah, bro. And we got to watch the whole game from there. And man, that whole game. And the security lady, I was saying it because, bro, like we had the interception and everything with Casey Hayward, and then I was like, man, it's over. It's over. And then she like, don't say that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember the security lady in the front? Yeah, she was like, don't say that. And I was like, why did you say that to me? Like, now you're making me think about it. Like, what the fuck? And then fucking
4th and 20, first down. I was like,
we went to overtime, Uce. I said, don't do this to me, Raiders. Don't do this to me, man. I came out to Vegas. It was before I lived here, so I had to drive back home the next day. So I was like, man, Don't ruin my weekend. We had a great blackout party the night before at Tropicana. Shout out to my wife for letting me go by myself. But other than that, that game. And then when Josh Jacobs was running the ball, getting the first down, and then leading up to that Carlson field goal, and we like that the reaction that I got on YouTube. Remember the vlog? Oh my gosh! Just us watching that shit.
Bro, we got so excited we got lost afterwards. You went your way, I went mine. Bro, we was just fucking with all the fans.
Bro, right when the thing went through the hole. I mean, through the upright, bro. Yeah. Bro, we was going crazy. It felt like we won the Super Bowl. We barely got in the playoffs in the wild card. It felt like we won the Super Bowl.
My
ass was running. I was vlogging at the time, and my ass was running all over the place. And then I was gonna come back. And I was like, "Where's Fitz?" I was like, I think I lost Fitz, and I tried to call. And then the recession in there is so fucking. Allegiant Stadium, man, for as much as it costs, man, the Wi-Fi.
Get some better fucking Wi-Fi, man.
The reception's so bad, but I was having such a great time, and I ran into a lot of fans, which was crazy because people were like, "Yo, Saquon!" And I was just like, "Okay, man." And then I got to see Chucky, Lil Raider Chucky. Yeah, man. Shout out to his mom, man. R.I.P. So, man, she came up to me and she was like, "Yo, man, we're big fans of your channel. We watch your stuff, man. Could you get like a picture with Chucky?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." Got a picture with him, and then I recorded with him. It's funny because when I gave him like a handshake goose, I forgot that he's a small kid. Because the whole day, the whole time after the game, I was like, "What's up?" Yeah. And I grabbed it and I yanked him, bro. So when I was editing it, my wife was looking at it. She like, "Damn, you was rough with it." I was like, "Oh, I didn't notice that." So I cut that part out. I was like, "No child abuse over here." No, but it was just a great experience. And then I ended it off by saying Gorilla. It was just a whole, like, the vibes in that game was great, man.
Yeah,
and
that was a great one,
We got to go to the playoffs and
got fucked in the playoffs.
Now, moving forward to, the Cardinals game last season, bro. I thought the same thing was going to happen. We were up 20-0 at the time. And then we went to overtime, and I was like, "Don't do this to us." And I was like, "You know what? We're going to go out there and win anyways." And then we fucking lost.
Bro.
Hunter Renfro, bro. What the fuck?
I mean, man, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of games that we don't want to think about last season.
There was some great ones, and there was just a lot of them that were like, "Fuck this, I'm going home."
Yeah.
One of the games I hated most last year was the Rams. We drove out early that morning, caught the tailgate, thought we won it, fucking lost by fucking Baker Mayfield.
Lost to Baker Mayfield.
With his fucking lucky ass. I was so pissed off.
When he threw that ball?
Yeah. Bro, I was right there. So he was literally fucking in front of me when he caught that touchdown, for the last second touchdown. I was like, "Fuck you." I was hella mad, bro.
I seen that shot. I said, "Damn, bro, it's going to go down like that." Because the whole time he wasn't even throwing like that. And they weren't doing anything. I forgot how that game went. I remember I was mad at Derek Carr and shit
As soon as that game ended, I was just cussing people out. Hey, fucking, saying this dumb shit I say. Got in the car, drove straight back to Vegas with my guy Puppet. Shout out Puppet.
That's the worst, just when we go around having fun with other fans and shit like you two. And then when we lose, like, don't get get the fuck
off. I gotta make a funny skit, and I don't want to make a funny skit.
Yeah, I always make funny skits when we lose too. But were you with us on the bus back to after the Cardinals game? The party bus?
I don't remember. I think there was a few games last year I drank, so I was kind of like in and out.
Man, that bus ride back, oh my gosh, was the funniest.
Oh, you know what? I do remember.
It was so funny because, like, we were in the bus and we were just sitting there like, damn, we lost this fucking game, bro. And then we was like, fuck it, play the music, let's fucking drink some Woodson whiskey. Man, shout out to Woodson whiskey.
Yep.
But and just having a good time. We had a lot of bad experiences last year. My worst game that I went to was probably the Charger game. It was the whole. I mean, the experience was fun, like always, man. We always get a lot of love in LA, man. Shout out to the LA people. Shout out to my guy Dre. Even when we were in Swiss, was just losing to the Chargers and just being like, and then it was the drive home that made it worse for me. It was just that whole travel. And
didn't you take like a week to get back home?
It was like 2-3 days. Yeah, I was just like, man, just dreading it coming back. And it was the very first game, and we were so hyped up. We were like, oh, Devontae Adams, Derek Carr, we're going undefeated.
Yeah,
and we did it. And we lost that one. We lost the Cardinals one. We lost the Titans one.
Yeah.
I was in
Chiefs.
We lost to the Chiefs. We should have won the first one against the Chiefs.
Man,
we lost a lot of.
Last season was not the way we expected it.
Oh, we went to the last game against the Chiefs. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. We left hella early. It was like, as soon as they bring around the Rosie shit, I was like, yeah, fuck this shit.
By the time halfway through the season, man, like it felt like a lot of Raider fans, like including me, like my energy was gone, bro. Like,
yeah,
it hurt to watch this team. And it sucks because I kind of do it as a job, like to watch the team, but then to see them and see how bad they looked out there, like, what the fuck, bro? And I was like, man, we got to get rid of Derek Carr. If now's not the time, then when? And we did. And like I said, nothing against Carr. I just think it was time to move on from him. We just need something new. And maybe I'm going to bite my words on that. Maybe it's going to come back and bite my ass. But, right now I'm more optimistic because there's always something to look forward to every single year with the Raiders. Last year was adding Devontae Adams. Yeah. The year before that.
Chandler Jones last year, even though he showed up halfway through the season.
Yeah.
But, last year was one of the best feelings, going into the season was just the hope, the faith. Everything going into the season was like, we really have a shot at a Super Bowl. Psych, motherfucker.
Look at these fucking Raider fans, bro. Thinking that they're gonna,
Bro, halfway through the season, I was
like, we could still make it, guys.
Yeah. The hope was all the way up until I think the Niner game. And it was like, yeah, fuck this.
Was it the Niner game? We still could have made it if
we still could have afterwards, but it was like we needed this team to lose, this team to win, this team to lose.
We played the Steelers, right? Last year.
We played them on Christmas.
And we lost.
They fucked up my Christmas.
Okay, so it was supposed to be that. It was supposed to be the Steelers, Niners, Chiefs.
Yeah,
we could probably get our way in there. But.
And then it eventually got to we got to win out. Then this team's got to lose. This team's got to lose 2. This one's got to lose 5. Like, by that time, I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm here for the games.
We need to win these 2 games, and the whole NFL has to collapse, Uce.
and then we have a chance. I know some people that were really sticking it out, even though the odds were like 1 to 1,000.
Man, I was too. And I think that it was a blessing and a curse for us, the 2021 season at the end, that we made it to the playoffs because everybody was like, yo, we had a playoff team.
Yeah.
But we really didn't.
We didn't
have a playoff team. We just made a good run. The players were playing.
Yeah.
And you look at that team, we had a better team last year than we had the year before.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And that's why I know a lot of people are mad at Josh McDaniels. I don't know what went wrong with everything that happened last year, but we got to give him the benefit of the doubt this year and see how it goes.
Yeah, year 2.
There's no Derek Carr to put the blame on anymore. I mean, there's always going to be a defense that we need to upgrade in, but the optimism is there for me because of Jimmy G and knowing the system and all that. And Josh McDaniels is going into the season with the players that he wants to get. So
yeah, it is what it is. Let's see what happens.
It's tough being a Raider fan.
Oh hell yeah,
it's not easy. This isn't easy. Whenever my wife questions my loyalty, I tell her I'm a Raider fan.
I'm loyal to the soil, motherfucker.
I'm with you through the thick and the thin, all the ups and the downs, the worst days. Even the worst days, Yeah. I mean, the ups are there, but, I'm still going to be there. I'm still going to ride with you. And this team, man, at least we lose in style.
Yeah. At least we get fucked up at the games. And
we have a great time, man.
Yeah.
We meet a lot of great people. Yeah. There's a lot of people that we've met through this whole social media thing since you started, since I've started, man. And it's been a blessing, man. Yep. Even being in this stage right now, with you in the studio, man. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Dre. Shout out to everybody that's behind us on this whole thing.
Behind the Uce Nation. You know what I mean?
The Uce Nation with us moving forward with our platforms, Uce. I appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what the season's going to bring, what people we're going to interview, what good times we're going to have, Uce, because, it's crazy that we could make a name for ourselves.
Yeah.
Off of this shit, bro. Off of a phone, bro.
Funny, dumb videos. That's the crazy part.
Funny, dumb videos. And we're going to get together pretty soon to do more videos.
Actually, what? Tomorrow?
Is it tomorrow or Saturday?
Oh, actually, yeah. I got to talk to Mikey and see.
Yeah. Just let Mikey know about that. And then we're going to come up with some skits, the skits that you guys all love to see. You remember that elevator one that we did last year?
You had, 800,000 views on that on Instagram?
I don't know, but it was a lot of people. But, we have a good time. Obviously, talking our shit. I came on YouTube, not to say that I'm the most knowledgeable person, but I'm a fan, just like everybody else.
Yeah, we're ourselves. And what you get online is what you get in real life.
And exactly. And that's what I've told people, everybody that comes up to me and always, gives me my flowers and stuff. I'm just another fan just like you. I just do it in front of a camera, and I've done it for a long time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people respect it. And, I got a lot of respect for a lot of people that, respect us. And like I said, we're doing this. We're having fun. I mean, this podcast, we're just going to talk our talk with what we know.
Be us. We'll talk about what we're talking about. And if you don't like it, Go fuck yourself. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
And the reason why we're not covering the draft for day 2 and day 3 because we don't know those motherfuckers.
we know.
Only the first round.
Yeah, that's it.
I said, damn. The Raiders,
I ain't gonna sit there and read up on all this. Fuck that.
The Raiders had to have 12 picks, and I'm like,
I'm doing this for fun. I ain't no fucking analyst.
Goddamn, 12 picks, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do my homework when we draft somebody. You know, I know a couple people, and then if there's some Usos out there and Tokos out there, of course I'm gonna want to draft them, no matter how good or how bad they are.
Yeah, you never know those diamond in the roughs. You know what I mean?
Never know. You seen Talanoa last year? Came out of nowhere. He just plays for a sorry ass team, but you know.
Yes. True.
We just need Isaiah Palomar to go out there and do the same exact thing.
I mean, I think he's gonna get even better this year because he had a little playing time and he stepped it up. You know what I mean? He made the roster, first of all. That's a big accomplishment. Yeah. So, and then, you know, he had his opportunities and he balled out. He did his thing. So, hopefully this year he gets more playing time and hopefully we get some more Usos, some Tokos on the team.
Yeah. We got a lot of things to look forward to this year. I mean, we're about to wrap this up right now. Yep. The 3rd episode of the Uce Nation podcast. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button.
Follow us on IG, TikTok, all that.
Yeah. Like you said, follow MrFitz on TikTok, IG. Follow me on TikTok, IG. And then we have the Uce Nation podcast on IG and on TikTok, all platforms. I'm going to try to get this on Spotify and all the Apple Music, whatever you guys listen to your podcasts. But we got a lot of plans moving forward, and I'm excited for it. Yeah. So that being said, again, like you said in the last one,
giveaway. So this time, let me clarify it. I'm giving away a Darren Waller signed jersey, unopened, brand new. You know, with the card certifying it's signed. You know what I mean? Once we hit 2,500 followers. Yeah. Once we get to 5,000, I'm giving away a signed Max Crosby jersey. So it's signed. It's not fucking worn.
I seen a comment.
I was like, really? You think motherfucker, you really think I'm going to give away a sweaty-ass worn jersey? It's fucking new.
Hey, you probably put it in the washer like, babe, put it in the
it's brand new, never even opened. It's still sealed. Go fuck yourself.
So yeah, follow us on all platforms, man. This was a great episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Yeah. And just let us know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below and whatnot. Till then, it's your boy Simone Raider and
MrFitz. Y'all know what it is. Writers, bitch.
And we yow.
Yeah.